Hey fabulous people, welcome to the movie tour. Today we are going to review Journey to Bethlehem. Now, there are spoilers on this review. However, if any of this is a spoiler to you, to be honest, you should probably dust off your Bible and read it. Because this is the same story you've heard 1,000 times. The nativity story, the birth of Christ. However, in this film, it's done differently and in an amazing, beautiful, musical, comedic way. So let's talk about it. Let's go on a journey to Bethlehem. Journey to Bethlehem tells the story of Jesus' arrival. It's perfect timing for the holiday season, and I have been awaiting for this film for so long. And guess what? It's a musical. I am a huge fan of musicals, and if you're on the same page as me, you're going to love this. So let's talk about the creative masterminds behind the film. First writer is Adam Anders, who you may know who wrote Prom, Rock of Ages, and he even helped write Glee. And then we also have Peter Barsocchini, who I'm probably butchering his name, but he's the mastermind behind my love for musicals in the first place. Do you remember High School Musical? Yeah, he wrote that. He wrote all of them, every single movie there is, and the new Disney Plus series too. So here we are with these writers who have these most impressive resumes, taking on one of the greatest stories ever told and giving it that musical, magical twist. So we jump right into the movie with the three wise men, the kings, the magi, and let me tell you, it caught me by surprise. I never figured that the nativity story could be comedic. It's usually played off as super serious, and that's because you don't want to laugh at the birth of Jesus. But if you could laugh with the birth of Jesus, that's a different story.
Stop yelling at me!
No one is yelling at you.
You were yelling a little bit.
Yeah, you were.
I was not yelling.
And it's not just the wise men that make you laugh. They have, one of the wise men has like this obsession with food, and you get so many funny moments from that. But the comedy bleeds over into the other characters, and it even bleeds over into the music as well. We meet Mary, played by Fiona Paloma. She is set up in this forced arranged marriage thing with Joseph, which is a story that we've seen in a bunch of other movies, this forced arranged marriage where she's not thrilled about it, her parents don't care. We've seen it multiple times. We meet Joseph, played by Milo Manheim. I think I'm saying his name right. Milo is actually in 2 holiday movies this year. He's also in a Thanksgiving movie. It's a horror movie about murder. So it's funny that he goes from bloody murder at Thanksgiving to the father of Christ at Christmas. Dude's got range, what can I say? Now, Mary and Joseph, they hit it off right away with their on-screen chemistry. They don't really seem to care for each other at the beginning of the film, but you could see with the chemistry that there is something magical brewing here. It even happens in their first duet. And just when you think that the music can't get any better, in walks Antonio Banderas as King Herod. This dude makes this movie so great. He busts out this hilarious rock-like anthem. He's got some serious pipes. This dude can sing. And his song is so funny. The main lyric of the song is that it's so stinking good to be king. So stinking good to be king. That's the whole song, is just him singing about how awesome it is to be king. I feel like that song should have been Simba's song. And that's when I noticed that this musical is going head to head with some of the greats. You know, it could be on the level of The Greatest Showman or even some of those amazing Disney classics that we all grew up with. In fact, I would even argue that this has the best original music in a Christian film since The Prince of Egypt. I'm obsessed with The Prince of Egypt, and I have a video on that movie. If you want to check it out, I'll link it up here. Journey to Bethlehem had nearly a $3 million budget, and they nailed creating this immersive world, bringing you into the world of biblical times. And the set design is incredible. Let's not even forget to mention King Herod's throne. It's a lion with glowing red eyes. I need that seat in my house. Now, one of the greatest scenes in the whole film involves the angel Gabriel, who's literally practicing his grand speech to Mary in the hallway before he gives it to her. Then when he floats up to go to the room, he bumps his head on the ceiling. I laughed so hard. Gabriel is played by Lecrae, a very popular Christian rapper who you may know. And he, of course, tells Mary of her grand purpose, the virgin birth. Now, I do kind of wish that they would have given Lecrae a rap for this message to Mary, but instead he just tells it to her. It's not like rap is out of the realm for this film, because we do get a rap from the wise men. They rap about frankincense and myrrh to King Herod at one point. So I do love that they have different styles of songs. They got rap, rock ballads, duets, romance, they got it all. It's all over the board in the film. Now another character of note is King Herod's son. King Herod's son is played by Joel Smallbone, who's actually a singer from the band For King and Country. Now I've seen that band live, and this man can sing in the film and live in person. So definitely go listen to For King and Country if you haven't heard of them before. Joel plays an amazing bad guy, by the way. He's like the antagonist for the film. And his wife, Mariah Smallbone, is also in the film. She plays Deborah, and she gives an equally impressive performance. Now, let's talk about how this movie actually goes beyond what we find in the Bible. It's like a special bonus edition of the verses that we all know from the good book. We not only get the main story, but we also get these delightful little tidbits and extras that kind of add a layer of fun. For instance, the donkey. Now, in the Bible, it's just a donkey. There's not really any more detail than that, but in the film, they actually give it a name, Fig. How cool is that? It's these little details that I think breathe life into the narrative. And then there's the character development as well. We get to see the different personalities of Mary and Joseph and the wise men, and boy, are they full of personality. It's like the Bible on steroids, but in a good way. This extension of the character kind of gives us a fresh, entertaining perspective on the story. Something we've heard 1,000 times, but we're not just witnessing these events as we know it. We're getting to know these characters, understanding their quirks, their attitudes, their nuances, and sure, the writers, they did take some creative liberties with the Bible story, like naming the donkey Fig and adding personality traits, but it's all in good fun. They've managed to revive the story in a way that doesn't really disturb its essence. They've kept the heart of the story and stayed true to the important stuff without really changing anything that actually matters. And I think that's a respectful nod to the source material. They add a sprinkle of creativity to make it a way more entertaining ride. The donkey even takes on a soldier at one point to save Mary, which is hilarious. Best donkey since, well, donkey. And when Jesus is finally born, Lecrae appears in the sky. But no, he doesn't rap. I really want him to rap, dang it. And to be honest, that's my only gripe with this film. I really liked this movie, and it's such a fun and wonderful way to tell the story that we've all heard so many times already. I hope one day that this actually hits the stage and I could see it live. I definitely recommend going to this movie. It's fun for the whole family, and it's now one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and for more content, hit the subscribe button. Don't do it for me. Do it for Fig. Fig is the real hero of this story.
My first thought was, I am the third best actor in this scene. It's Mary, then the Fig, the donkey, and then me. I thought that it was amazing, and I was like, I gotta step up my game.
Peace.